and cayenne refers to any hot pepper, by the way. There is a species called cayenne, a specific pepper, but the way I use it, and anytime you hear about cayenne pepper in herbal books or in herbal formula recipes, it just means any hot pepper. Organic, if at all humanly possible, because the non-organic peppers are just saturated with pesticides. So buy organic, definitely. And so let's see, there was the cayenne, or any hot pepper, the horseradish root, the ginger root, the onions, and the fresh raw garlic, and that all goes in the blender. And then you put in apple cider vinegar, and enough to basically make a thin mush out of this stuff. And this makes a fantastic salad dressing. In fact, there are a lot of people who just use it for that, and they just happen to never get sick because they're using it every day. So you can use it for that. You can use it like a salad dressing, or you can just bottle it and keep it around for when you're exposed to something and don't want to catch it. Or if you've already caught it, this will help you get it over it very quickly, very, very quickly by comparison to what you're used to. And so let's see, all those herbs and apple cider vinegar, just blend it up. Then you can either let it sit for a couple weeks and strain off the liquid, or you can, as I prefer to, just leave it as a mush and put it in a jar. And you really don't need to refrigerate it unless you're going to keep it for a long time. But I usually put it in the fridge because I'm not sure whether it'll be around for a couple months or a couple years. So I put it in there just to extend its life a little more. But this will last quite some time outside of the refrigerator. So if you're concerned about that, vinegar doesn't go bad, and so this will last a very long time outside the fridge. But if you want to keep it around an extra long time, there's nothing wrong with putting it in the fridge. You just don't really necessarily need to. So let me see. Oh, story about the lady and her sinuses. She was black and blue. She'd had several surgeries. They'd shove needles up her nose to give her cortisone shots and all of this, and nothing helped at all. She also tried the regular over-the-counter, antihistamines and all of that. Nothing was helping. And of course it wasn't helping because she wasn't doing anything to help her body heal. She was just trying conventional medical symptom-focused intervention. So there was nothing there that was happening that would actually assist her body to heal itself. So you have to go to natural healing for that. So she came to Dr. Schultz as a last resort, and should have gone to him first as far as I'm concerned, but she came there as a last resort, and her whole face was black and blue, and she said, "Can you do anything to help me?" And he said, "Well, maybe, let's try it and see." So he got some cayenne pepper snuff. Yes, I said cayenne pepper snuff, and that's only about 5% cayenne. The rest is garlic powder, bayberry, and golden seal powder, and just a little pinch of cayenne in a jar of the other herbs, so it's not too extreme, but it will feel very warm. And I've used that exact recipe that he used for the cayenne snuff for many years myself, and it's just the most awesome stuff I've ever seen for sinus problems. And she couldn't breathe at all through her sinuses, so what he did is he got a little flexible straw and bent the end of it and put a little tiny bit of snuff into the straw. And you have to be a little cautious when you do this and be aware of how vigorous you're being. But he put the one end of the straw up her nose, put his mouth on the other end, and blew the snuff into her nose. And, blow lightly if you ever have to do anything like that. Don't blow too hard. It can really be unpleasant if you blow too hard. So he just lightly blew the snuff up her nose, and she said, "Wow, that's hot." But actually she sounded more like, "Wow, that's hot," because remember, she couldn't breathe through her nose. And okay, we have another great question, and let me finish up the current story, and then we'll get right to that question about vinegar as an earwash, which actually I really like. It's good stuff. So let me see. So he did the the snuff for this lady, and of course that one administration of the snuff didn't, make any difference as far as how she was breathing, but her face got a little more color in it because of the cayenne, and she thought, okay, wow, this something's happening here. Nothing